Have you ever gotten to a point in your life where you feel so stuck? You don't know in what direction to turn. I know I have, and it's happened more times than I care to admit. It's not like your life is so terrible. Other people have much bigger problems, but you can't help asking, am I really living the life I was meant to live? And why do I sometimes feel like a prisoner in my own life? And is there a way to live a freer, more authentic life? Stick around and find out. Hi, I'm Hope, and I'm the author of the book, The Creative Toolbox, a practical guide to discovering and using your creativity. And I love helping people explore intuition, creativity, and self-awareness for a freer, more conscious life. We are living in a time of great awakening. So many people have woken up or are beginning to wake up to the fact that we have been conditioned to live our lives in ways that make us forget who we truly are. We don't even know that we are imprisoned in the matrix until something stirs us up. Maybe it's an event such as the death of a loved one. Maybe it's an illness or a breakup of a marriage or the loss of a job or business. Whatever the catalyst is, it is strong enough to make you look at your life and ask yourself, is this how I want to continue to live? This is the moment when you see that you have been conditioned to live in ways that don't resonate with you. You feel restricted. You don't feel free. While this often feels really painful, it is the beginning of a beautiful journey because you are taking that first step toward discovering who you really are. There are differences between living a conditioned life and an aware life. With both ways of living, you are shaping an identity. But when you live a conditioned life, you're living as though you are on autopilot. Your life is shaped by your habits, your past traumas, so-called cultural norms, and your family influences. You often live reactively based on emotional responses to events from learned patterns. You may have a hard time seeing situations objectively because your conditioning doesn't enable you to see things from other perspectives. You often have an overactive mind. There's a constant stream of thoughts based on the past and how you predict the future to be based on your conditioning. When you live a life of awareness, you spend your time engaged in the present moment rather than focusing on the past or the future. You do have thoughts and emotions, but you are able to observe them without getting lost in them or adopting them as part of your identity. You don't immediately react to events. Rather, you take time to pause, assess the situation objectively, and respond consciously. There is a freedom in self-awareness because you can see situations objectively and respond from a wider array of options than those who are conditioned to see situations from the narrow scope of their past, their norms, and their heritage. This is why conditioning is a form of imprisonment, because you are not free to have true understanding, even before you realize that you have been living a conditioned life. You may feel stuck. You may see that your old strategies no longer work. You may try to compensate for your feeling of being stuck with distractions. You may distract yourself from feeling stuck for a while, but ultimately, that old stuck feeling comes back because distraction takes you away from realizing why you're stuck. You feel stuck because you are trapped in a conditioned life that does not align with who you are. That's why it usually takes a significant event in your life to shake you up, to wake you up to the fact that there must be more to life than this, to wake you up to the fact that you do not feel free. And as unsettling as this awareness is, it is the first step on the path to freedom. Is this awareness enough to get you on your way to a freer, more authentic life? No. You also need action, consistent, intentional action. You will need to take actionable steps that will sometimes feel uncomfortable and make you feel vulnerable. Any change does not occur with a consistently upward trajectory. You will get triggered and slide back into comfortable habits of your conditioned self at times. It's a normal part of the process. The skills of reflection and introspection required for self-awareness are different from the skill sets required for taking action to live a freer, more authentic life, such as courage, discipline, self-regulation, and consistent practice. However, self-awareness provides the inner clarity needed as you examine your thoughts, emotions, behaviors, and core beliefs. And you can't make life changes successfully without also developing the inner clarity of who you are. So what can you do to cultivate self-awareness when you're ready to leave your conditioned self behind? Here are 5 tips to get you started in this process. Number 1, develop a practice of mindfulness or meditation. Spend time each day bringing your awareness to your breath, focusing on your belly expanding as you inhale and contracting as you exhale. Pay attention when thoughts come up, simply observing them as they arise and letting them pass without adding any emotion to them. This will help you to stay in the present moment instead of keeping your mind in the past or ruminating about the future. Number 2, keep a journal. Jot down your experiences, emotions, and thought patterns as close as you can to the time in which they arise, so you can track themes that repeatedly come up for you and how they change over time. Number 3, be aware of your body's sensations. Pay attention to moments in which your body feels tense and when it feels calm. Although we don't acknowledge it nearly enough, our bodies are constantly giving us feedback on how we really feel about things. If you take the time to listen to what your body is telling you, it will be easier for you to discover what is true for you versus what you have been conditioned to accept or not accept. Number 4, ask for others' feedback. Often it is easier for others to see what is true for you than it is to look within yourself. Ask those you completely trust to tell you what they see as your strengths and weaknesses. Don't rely solely on their feedback, though. Make sure what you develop for yourself resonates with you and not what others want to see for you. Number 5, allow yourself to accept your feelings. Sometimes your true feelings can be a far cry from what you've been conditioned to accept. Rather than judging yourself for the feelings that come up, observe the feelings and give yourself credit for having the courage to observe them. This may help you to accept whatever you feel. What are some ways in which you are able to cultivate self-awareness and move away from living a conditioned life? Comment down below. Well, that's it for now. Please like, comment, and share this video, and subscribe to my channel to know when the next video drops. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more tools for exploring your intuition, creativity, and self-awareness for a freer, more conscious life. See you soon.